This house is in a neighborhood just south of 54th Avenue, off of Martin Luther King Boulevard. It's kind of a hidden little neighborhood. This is a really big house, and I think it has a lot of potential. It's obviously all solid block exterior construction, and there's some nice features about the inside of the house. One of the nice features, however, is not this flooring, which they've got a bazillion different styles. So I would assume that you'd want to take up all of that and do something consistent throughout the whole place, which I think would look marvelous. And you could get rid of this stone wall here. You come through the front door into this big living room. Could get rid of the wood walls. This fireplace, I'm assuming it's working. If you change the flooring to something with more natural tones, or kept a light floor and painted the stone or something, I think that could be made very nice. This wall of sliders are new sliders. The end windows are not. So these are just single pane sheets of glass framed in there. But as you can see, there's a huge swimming pool and a huge deck over there with this kind of cool brick block garden wall around the whole thing. And all of this area right outside the sliders is tiled, and the tile looks to be in good shape still, and covered with a nice beam effect. And each of these framed out areas, I think, could be pretty easily screened in, so you would have a really, really gigantic screen porch that opens into the house. And it appears there's already some electrical, at least for a ceiling fan there, and maybe one over here. This wall down here was probably added, because you can see it doesn't match up quite right, but it just goes into a little courtyard area. And there's a slider there. That's the master bedroom. We'll see that from inside. And then there's a little storage room over here. I haven't gone in there. I don't know what's in there. You do have neighbors right there, but that's not uncommon, and I think it's probably mostly a feature of just not having more vegetation. If you had vegetation like that shielding it, I think it would make a world of difference. But from here you can really see how deep this screened porch, or this covered porch, could be if it was screened. So on these doors again, you can see there's actually 4 sliding panels. This one could slide to the right. The 2 center ones can slide left and right for a large opening in the middle. And this one can slide to the left. You can't retract them all at one time, but you have a lot of options as to how it's going to operate. This wall here leads into the kitchen. First of all, the dining room. There's this slider has been replaced with a new one. The one on the end has not. And this leads out to a big concrete slab. I have no idea what this might have been. It looks like it had something on it at some time. There might have been a perimeter wall. I just don't know if it was just storage or what. But in any case, back to the kitchen. You can enter the kitchen from this end, and it flows out the other end. So I'm suspecting that this wall could largely be eliminated without too much trouble. Kitchen, there's nothing of value in here. The cabinets remain and they're okay, but since it's your field, I don't think you'd be satisfied. They're like those melamine cabinets. Although all of the appliances have been removed. This French door here is not new, and it leads out to another little covered space where you could have grills or something like that. And then another storage area for either pool equipment or bicycles or something like that. So this leads right back out to the foyer. And from the front door, if you turn to the left, you go down a long corridor. That door at the end leads out to that courtyard I showed you previously. This room here, probably best used as an office because it does have a half bath on it, but there's no other half bath that your guests could use if you had people over for dinner or whatever. But there are a total of 4 bedrooms, so I think having 3 and an office would be sufficient. And you continue down the hall. There's this large closet here, and that's where the HVAC system is kept. Not sure. This is probably where the water heater's intended to go. Not sure, frankly. Then you turn slightly to the right, and there's one guest bedroom with a large slider. That slider has not been changed. A shared bath in between. And I guess this could be used for guests that you had over for dinner. And then another guest bedroom. This one does not have a slider, it just has a big window that looks right over the pool. The drywall's been pulled out here. I think that was probably to take care of some kind of plumbing with regard to that bathtub on the other side. I don't think it's necessarily leaking, or maybe if it was, they've repaired it, but you'll probably want to keep some sort of access panel there to be able to get back to the plumbing. All of the closet doors and interior doors need to be changed. With this horrible green color that they've got, there's just nothing worthwhile keeping. And then the master bedroom is at the end of the hall. It's rather large, has the parquet floor again, and more of that tongue and groove wood. This has a nice big slider. It's not a new one. That leads out to the courtyard. And then through the courtyard, there's that doorway out to the swimming pool. So that could be very, very cool for, a place to read the paper in the morning or have coffee or what have you, and also have direct access to the pool. Through this doorway then is a dressing area with 2 good-sized closets, one to the side and one straight ahead. And then this kind of weird wall with fluted glass that leads into the master bath, which is, the classic vintage pink stuff. This, I think, would have to be totally redone. Part of the pink has already been replaced, but it just doesn't work well the way it's laid out right now. But the price is $199, really large, over 2,000 square feet. With the swimming pool, I've seen pictures of the swimming pool before it was covered, and it looks like it was in good shape. So I think this might be one to keep in mind. Just depends on what you think about the neighborhood. But I think it's also just kind of off the beaten path. It's going to be a nice private spot. That's it. Actually, that's not all I had to say about this house. This is the entry courtyard with some vegetation areas, a big entry patio, and nice shrubbery. And there are these brick block columns that take you right under cover to a 2-car carport. There's no garage here, but plenty of room for 2 good-sized vehicles. And let me just give you an idea what the neighbors' places look like. It's a nice green space with good mature trees. There's the subject house. I think that's a new shingle roof. There's permit information inside the house that makes me think that it's a new permit. Then a house next door, similar kind of mid-century vintage. Nice curved street, doesn't really lead anywhere. I wouldn't expect a lot of traffic, but probably the best feature is the nice lush house across the street. So that's it.